Welcome to the Health Coach Nation podcast. My name is Hailey Rowe. I'm a sales and marketing coach and strategist for health coaches, life coaches, and wellness professionals who want to become a leader in their field by building their online community, rocking their sales process, and finally feeling confident about how they promote themselves and their marketing. On this show, we talk about tips to grow your business, save yourself time, and finally be able to create a sustainable, profitable business. Let's get into it. If you're a new coach and you're looking to get your next client or your next sale, I want to invite you to my free live class coming up May 17th, that's a Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Time, because I'm going to be sharing with you the 4 basics of client attraction and the standout formula to attract paying clients, people who can actually afford your services, if you know what I mean. So if you want to join me for this, go to HaileyRowe.com, scroll down on the homepage, sign up for my email list. You'll see a little email box for my free niche marketing training and Instagram bio checklist. That's how you sign up. You'll get a free gift and you'll get the updates about the class and how to attend and all that good stuff. It's free. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get you out of overwhelm mode and we're going to get you stopping this whole shiny object syndrome thing that you're getting stuck in. So I can't wait to see you. Let's do this May 17th, 6 p.m. Central Time. See you there. I am live. We're talking today about testimonials and case studies. What are they? What are the different kinds that you can feature? What do you do if you don't have a lot, if you're a brand new coach? And I'm very excited to talk about this topic because as I was scheduling my emails for next month, when I'm going to be doing the live class, the 4 basics of client attraction and the standout formula for new coaches, I was looking through my folder of testimonials and case studies and stuff like that. And I was just, my heart was rewarmed. So testimonials can not only be a marketing tool externally, but it can also be a internal motivator / internal thing to just remind you of the impact you're making. And anytime you have a tough day or you don't feel like doing something and you look at those, you're like, wow, this is why I do what I do. So testimonials serve many purposes, but at the same time, I want to talk specifically about how you can use them in your marketing and the different kinds and that kind of thing. So I want to first, before we go into that, invite you to the class that I just talked about, the 4 basics of client attraction and the standout formula for new coaches. If you want to join me for that live class in May, you can go ahead and go to HaileyRowe.com, scroll down on my homepage, just sign up for my email list. There's an email opt-in box on there for my free niche marketing training and 5-star Instagram bio checklist. You can sign up there and you'll get the notifications about the class coming and the link to the class and all that stuff. So check that out if you want to go there, but or go to that. It's going to be online, of course, but that's how you can find out about it. So that said, let's talk about testimonials. So there's testimonials and there's case studies. Case studies are longer format and typically tell a before and after story about one of your clients. So it has a lot more detail and it's something that you write actually for the most part, or it could be something that they write if you give them a proper structure to use. But usually it's something actually you write where you incorporate their testimonial into it. So their own words as quotes into it. And then you elaborate on where they started, what they were struggling with initially, their own words about the program and working with you and the benefits they got and where they are now from their own standpoint. So that it could be written by you with their testimonial incorporated into it, or it could be written by them where they're sharing their whole story, what they were struggling with before, where they are now, what they're doing. But you have to give them some structure if you're going to say, hey, could you provide a case study, quote unquote. That's different from testimonials. We'll talk about testimonials next. So that's 2 options for case studies. Now, the other thing you could do as a case study would be an interview with your client where you interview them on video, like on StreamYard, for example, where you can have 2 people on a Facebook Live at once. Or you interview them with questions you send them and they fill it out And that could be kind of a case study interview that you use. So it's more the difference between a testimonial and a case study, in my opinion. Now, other marketers might define this differently, but in my opinion, how I describe it is case studies are longer and tell the full story of the client, get a little more detailed in the emotional details and the benefits and, stuff like that, to have a beginning, middle, and end type of thing, versus testimonials can be short, can be just about a quote about their experience working with you, things like that. So what are the benefits of having case studies? Well, it allows your ideal client to see themselves in this other person's story. Because a lot of times why people aren't buying your program is because they think it's for somebody who's further along than me, or it's not for me because I'm too shy to, do blah, 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 if you're a confidence coach, for example. So it helps somebody see themselves in the story that you're sharing of the client you worked with. The other benefit is that it gives a complete picture about the transformation your program provides, versus a testimonial might only be a little snippet about what somebody got. So it kind of tells the full story. It goes a little deeper. It hits the emotional points, etc. We'll talk about how you can start gathering testimonials as a new coach shortly, but for now, I just want to go over the two different kinds. Now, testimonials, as we talked about before, they could be short quotes from a client. That's one type of testimonial. It could be a screenshot of a client win that they sent you, where you crop out their name and keep it anonymous out of, privacy sake, or you ask for permission to share. Or it could be a video testimonial where they are on video talking to the camera about where they were before, where they are now, what benefits they achieved from the program or working with you, what they liked about working with you, that kind of thing. Now, the most common, the benefits of testimonials as opposed to case studies is testimonials, number one, are easier for your client to provide. Testimonials, number two, can be used in so many different ways. So in other words, you might not take a case study and put it, everywhere on the internet and on your website and stuff. You might actually just have your case study in one place, like on your website or in one social media post, and it's not something you can flexibly use, versus a testimonial. You can use it on your website. You can use it in posts. You can use it in marketing materials you make. It's more adaptable to be used in many different places, versus a case study. You kind of got to plan, how am I going to fit this in a post? And, what could that look like? So usually a case study is just either on your website or in a PDF document or something like that. So with testimonials and the three different kinds that I shared with you, screenshots, video, or written, the benefits of having that, number one, is it creates social proof for potential clients. So it allows them to see, oh, wow, this person was able to do this. Maybe I can too. Or this person said that they got clarity and that's what I'm seeking. Or, it helps people understand, rather than you just saying the benefits of your coaching program, it helps them actually see examples of that. It helps them remember what your program provides better than you just telling them what it provides. And it creates a little bit of excitement and, possibility for your ideal client. Wow, okay, that's cool that that person was able to do blah, blah, blah. I'm inspired. I want to do that. How do I work with you? Right? And it creates curiosity as well, because people will wonder, oh, well, if they were able to do that, I wonder how they did that. Or if they were struggling with X, Y, and Z, I wonder what the coach told them to be able to do, get 500 subscribers on their email list, for example, like one of my clients' testimonials, that kind of thing. So those are the two different kinds of social proof, we call it, right? So now let's talk about, what if you're a new coach and you don't have any testimonials yet? Because maybe this is the first launch of your 6-month coaching program, or the first launch of your 3-month coaching program, or whatever it is. So there's a couple things you can do. Number one, if you did a certification program and you coached people as practice in that program, you could ask for testimonials from the people you've coached and had an experience of coaching with you. So if they had a session with you or a couple sessions that were practice sessions, You could say, hey, would you be open to writing just a short, testimonial about any wins or benefits you got from our session, or anything you liked about what you did after our session, or what you were motivated to do after our session, or whatever it is. That could be one way. Another way is to offer to have a free mini session or a beta test session or a beta program with somebody, in which case you lead them through your best work, and in exchange they provide a testimonial, or you document their wins along the way and they have a case study at the end, or whatever it is, right? So with a beta program, it doesn't have to be always free. It doesn't have to be, heavily discounted. You could still charge for it, but it can be a special beta rate if you're looking to get your first client in the door and you want to get a testimonial in exchange, and that's kind of the agreement. So that could be something that you consider. And the last way I would say is, if you have professional experience with somebody, like let's say you were on a podcast, or you did a summit, or you did an amazing free training for, an organization or something, you could ask for a testimonial from that, or a, quick review on your LinkedIn page, or a quick LinkedIn recommendation, for example, if you were on a podcast or something, just about, what it was like to work with you, and the value you provided in that session, or that podcast, or whatever it is. So there's a lot of ways you can start to acquire your client wins. And the other thing is just making sure that when you get testimonials, a lot of times coaches just say, hey, can you write me a testimonial, without giving any structure to the person writing it. So in other words, in which case you're probably going to get a very generic testimonial, like, oh, they are great to work with, they are lovely, they're nice, they're compassionate, it's judgment-free, etc. And that's good, that's like it's all good. But at the same time, we want to make sure that in our testimonials, it's at least, it's not just super vague. So if you can, when you're asking for a testimonial, say, reference any personal wins you had, any, aha moments you had, anything you liked in particular about my coaching program as opposed to what you were trying to do before. You can ask more prompted questions to help guide the testimonial process, meaning obviously you want them to think for themselves and give you their honest feedback and opinion. But at the same time, if you give zero structure, like, hey, I don't want this to be 28 pages, or, just send me a paragraph, or just send 3 sentences about what you liked, what wins you had, and, anything else you want to include, that immediately helps provide some structure, and it makes it easier for the client to know what to focus on. And it makes it easier for you, and that you're not going to get a 6-paragraph thing that just says that you're really nice, and, that kind of thing. So I personally leave it up to my clients for the most part, but I do say, any wins you had, any aha moments you had, anything you liked in particular about our coaching together, please share. Please share, and, try to be specific if you can, something like that. So those are my tips for if you're trying to start to gather your first testimonials. And if you want to know the 2 different kinds of testimonials, or social proof, I guess I could say, case studies and testimonials. Those are the 2. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I want to let you know that tomorrow, if you're listening to this live, it will be tomorrow. If you're not, then you probably missed it. But tomorrow, Tuesday, April 26th, I'm going live on Instagram at 11:30 a.m. Central Time with a very special guest who has a very awesome top-selling cookbook and a big wellness brand. So this is a real big one. If you want to learn from an expert in the wellness industry, we're going to be talking about her business journey, and it's going to be on my Instagram live at Hailey_Rowe. And then the last thing I want to mention is, like I said, if you haven't signed up for the 4 Basics of Client Attraction course, class, I should say, live class that's coming in May, do that at HaileyRowe.com by signing up for my email list, and you'll get the updates about that. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. And if you liked it and want to reserve your very own free sales audit, go to HaileyRowe.com/strategy-call
to book your very own free sales audit. On the call, we'll talk more about the common concerns you get from your ideal clients, how to overcome those concerns, how to coach through objections, how to change your mindset around sales, and improve your sales process so you can be closing and converting more clients. I can't wait to connect with you, and go to haileyrowe.com/strategy-call to take the first step. Thanks so much. Have a good day.